Welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, as we all know that yesterday was Rigathi Gachagua's interview, which was done under Citizen, courtesy of Citizen TV by Sam Gituku at his home in Karen. There are some of the questions that Rigathi Gachagua was being asked, and the way he was responding to them, I've been listening to them, to his response, and I don't know why, but I just felt like we need to discuss some of the few interviews or some of the few interactions between them. Now, I want to start, but before that, please, I want to just remind you, if you're meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can also like, share, and drop me a comment and tell me what you think and where you're watching us from. As I normally say, the feedback is normally the key thing in any form of communication. And not fail to appreciate those who have been giving us support, because without our support, this channel cannot grow and it cannot be where it is as now. Now, jumping back to our discussion, was asked by Sam Gituku about his relationship with Raila Odinga on a broad-based government. And he said that he doesn't have any problem with working with Raila Odinga. It has reached a point that Rigathi Gachagua is now sensing that Raila Odinga is a very important guy in this country, because he's trying to say that he blames himself. That was it says, that I blame myself, and I really blame myself. I don't even blame the people of Mount Kenya, but I blame myself for being deceived. And he's even calling William Ruto a decisive person. He's saying that William Ruto deceived us, that Raila Odinga was a bad person by then, even though Uhuru Kenyatta was telling us that Raila Odinga is a very good man. William Ruto deceived us, and is the person who made us believe that Raila Odinga was a very bad person. And that is the reasons why we rejected Raila Odinga, not knowing that we are getting ourselves into a very big mess that we could not get ourselves out of. And he's trying to say that that is the reason, after realizing that Raila Odinga is a very good man, that is why he decided now to apologize on behalf of Kenya, or on behalf of Mount Kenya, towards the Kenyatta's family. He's also saying that being that William Ruto is a decisive person, he deceived us back then that Raila Odinga was a bad man. We believed that, and that is why we elected him. After deceiving us, he's coming out right now to tell us that Raila Odinga is a very good man. So if William Ruto, the man who told us back then that Raila Odinga was a bad man, alikuwa mganga, why is it that we cannot accept right now when he's telling us Raila Odinga is a good man? Why can't we go with what he's saying right now, that Raila Odinga is a good man, even though back then he was saying that Raila Odinga is a very bad man? I want us to listen to this.
Promise the people, or rather, during the campaigns, you used to say that when Raila Odinga came to the government under the handshake arrangement with President Uhuru Kenyatta, that's when you lost the Jubilee government of second term. And you said you'd never allow Raila Odinga into your government. Now it appears he has quite a hand in it. Yeah. Is that a deal breaker for you?
Well, I look at it differently. Only a fool doesn't change his mind. We had President Uhuru Kenyatta, our fourth president, brought Raila to government and asked us to support Raila Odinga, which we, the people from the Mount Kenya region, were very unhappy about. And we disagreed with President Uhuru Kenyatta, and President William Ruto persuaded us that Raila is the one who has caused problems in government. He persuaded us, and he's a very persuasive leader, and we were persuaded. President William Ruto persuaded us that if we allow Raila Odinga to become president, this country will not move forward. And as a result, we disagreed with President Uhuru Kenyatta and rejected Raila Odinga and gave our vote to President William Ruto. So when we came into office, it was my agreement with President William Ruto that we will not allow Raila into government. But along the way, my boss, President William Ruto, changed his mind. And he is a boss. And in this situation, Sam, we are not in a co-presidency. I'm just a principal assistant to the president. Mm-hmm. What he says is what carries the day. And I don't argue with him. I may have reservations, and I raise it with them. He persuades me many times, other times he overrules me. And when I realized that he started having a relationship with Raila Odinga, I slowly gave way because the boss is always right, you know. And that is why many people say, oh, regarding Gachagua, he had said he has put traps in State House so that Raila Odinga has not come. Yeah, that was my agreement with President William Ruto. But that is not my house. The minute I realize they are meeting, they are interacting, I'm also not a stupid person. And I don't have to be told, you know, in black and white. I relaxed and I stopped even attacking Raila Odinga. And I let the president have his way. So by the time he decided to bring him into government, I had already formed an opinion that the president wants to work with Raila Odinga, and I was quite happy with it. In any case, my brother and long-time confidant, President Uhuru Kenyatta, had told us that Raila is a good man. President William Ruto convinced us otherwise. And we abandoned our son Uhuru Kenyatta, and we decided to go with President William Ruto. Now President William Ruto has told us exactly what President Uhuru Kenyatta had said, that Raila is a good man, we can work with him.
And one thing I know for sure is that a time is coming when Rigathi Gachagua will blow things up concerning this issue of Adani. You know, people are taking this for granted, by the way. People are taking this for granted. And Rigathi Gachagua said yesterday that he doesn't know he doesn't understand anything. What he knows is that there was need for the expansion of JKIA. That is the only thing that he knows. But now the project of who should do what in Adani, and who should be given the project, the person that was given the project, he doesn't understand anything, and he doesn't know anything. And what he knows is what he hears from people. So it means that Rigathi Gachagua has not been given that room to access things the way he used to do. And I heard Itumbi trying to defend himself by saying that there are a lot of people that they removed from WhatsApp group. While Rigathi Gachagua was saying that the reasons why sometimes he fails to attend William Ruto's meetings is because he doesn't know the diary of the president, and is not even being informed. That is why. And there are some people who are trying their level best to push so that he can be seen as a very bad person or as a rude person, to find the ground. You know, all these things that these people are doing, Rigathi Gachagua is saying that they're trying to find a grassroots or a root cause, or they're trying to find a stronghold on how they can say that Rigathi Gachagua does not respect William Ruto as the president, and therefore it will be easy for him to be impeached.
You had told us that your team has been recently kicked out or removed from the diarization of events between your office and the office of the president?
Yes, that is true. And my reading of it, there is some mischief. First, let me tell you something. I am a very obedient public officer. I was a man in uniform, and I have tremendous respect for the president and his office. And I will be the last person not to attend events by the president or to go late. And from the way I read it, there is some mischief to remove me from the diary, from the page where the diary is, so that once I don't attend presidential events, it can be purported that I am absconding duty. You know, and I hear that is one of the grounds they wanted to look for impeachment, you know, so that they say Rigathi Gachagua does not attend presidential functions. Or again, sometimes they want me to get late so that it appears like I'm disrespectful. Mm-hmm. I want to ask the people who work around the presidency not to create conflict between the president and myself. I am the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, elected by the people. And I am the principal assistant of the president. It is only right and fair that I have access to the presidential diary, so that I align my diary with his diary, because he's the boss. But if I'm in the dark and I don't know what is happening, I am not an angel to know exactly where the president will be at what time, then it's not right. So if Kenyans don't see me in a presidential function, I want to tell them today it's because I am not aware of the function. And the function they see me in is the one I have been invited. But previously, I had access to the diary, and without even talking to the president or even to the controller, I would align my diary with his, because his takes precedence over mine, because he's the boss. You know, now it becomes very difficult for me even now to work on my diary, because I don't know what the president has. So it has really even made my work very complicated, because I am just there not knowing what the president has. So I am not able to arrange my events, going forward. But what I'll do, I'll talk to the president at the right time, and I'll see what is the problem.
Okay.
I don't think the president, in my view, will be petty to ask anybody to remove from the diary. I think it's just some handlers around the presidency who want just to create mischief, to portray me as somebody who is disrespectful, and to portray me as somebody who is absconding duty. I am a workaholic, and everybody knows, including the president. I'm available for duty. I'm available to assist the president 24/7.
Right.
But work needs to be made, straight, so that we are able to work properly, so that I align my diary with his, and I'm able to assist him as it is supposed to be.
All right.
But Rigathi Gachagua is saying very clear that my diary and the diary of the president do not match, because first I was removed from the WhatsApp group. The diaries was a group. So I don't know anything that is happening. And he's also continuing by saying that sometimes it's very difficult even for me to arrange my diary, because I don't know whether it will collide with the president. And one thing that these people are trying to do, they are trying to make it difficult for Rigathi Gachagua. And he's also confessing by saying that even these meetings that I attend, I only attend meetings that I'm invited to attend. So it means that the meetings at the State House, Rigathi Gachagua was not informed. He was only informed the meeting of the burial in Lamu. So are you seeing all these problems? I don't know how they're going to end, but all in all, guys, we have to accept that this is politics. Anything can happen. William Ruto together with Rigathi Gachagua can just do anything so that they can cause distraction among Kenyans and make Kenyans lose focus on the main agenda. That is the Adani issue. And all these problems, all the deaths and all the chaos that has been happening in the country. After all, guys, that is all I have for today. Let me also know what you think in the comment section. And until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface. Bye-bye.